a post method. Okay. For the post method, what exactly to send a data to your backend server. So in a view file, we just make it some simple UI to send a title and body to your backend server. ID we cannot be sent because ID is auto increment in your backend, correct? So
Yes,
from the
ma'am.
front end side, we can use we can send only title and body. For that, we can create here simple UI. Okay. So in your post component.view file, here we just create a input box to get a title from your end user. Okay. For that, just before that, I mentioned that label, and we can mention that title. Okay. After that, we use just for I want to create a space for add NBSP. Okay, non-breakable space. It is a HTML element, basically attribute, and that input we just mentioned placeholder, enter the title. Okay. Now one more I want to record body as well. So just I'm copy that. We can mention here break and mention it here. Instead of title, we can mention the body. Enter the body. And on the button click, we can send a data to your backend server. For that, we use a button, mention that send. Okay. So this much UI we can create it, title, body, and send. If end user enter the data, that is a title and body. So first, I have to get that data and send to your component file. So how we can get that data from that input box?
By using event binding
Reference.
Using a
template reference
template reference. Correct.
variable.
Template reference variable. So create a template reference variable. For example, input title. Okay. Again, we create a template reference variable for this input. We require a body as well. That body data. So we can here use input body, and we can pass that data to your event binding. Mention here click event and on send. We can pass that on send method as a parameter. Input title, comma, input body. Okay. I just want only value, so we can make it as a dot value. You can send that data, and also you can here value. Okay. Now we create an onSend method in our component file. So here I want to create a component file onSend method. OnSend method receives two parameters, title and body. So I mentioned here input title and input body. Okay. Whose type is a string. Okay. Also body is a string format. Make it as a string. Now in that we can receive the data. Here I have to create a JSON object, and that JSON object we have to send to our backend server. So first we create here a simple JSON object. Let obj equal to, we have know the predefined key, title and body. Use that predefined key because backend developer is designed the key name. According to that key name, I have to send that data. So make it your key name, that is the title, colon, you have to mention input title. Okay, I'm just missing the L, I think. LE. Okay. So we use a input title that already present. The data is in input title. When we can mention that body is a key, and we should mention here input body. So here we can create your simple JSON object. I have to send the JSON object to your backend server. So we call here service is dot service and send data. So send data and pass the object what the object I have to send. Okay, that send data method I have to create in our service file. So first we create that send data method in our HTTP service file. Here it receives object of type any. Okay, and here now we can call our HTTP method. For that we use this dot HTTP dot post method. Again, that post method receives the first parameter is a argument is a URL. So mention your URL, this dot URL. Then second is a body. Body means what actually data you have to send. That data is present in your object, that is obj. So just mention here obj. I don't want to use a third argument, that is a option. It is optional. And again, that put method of return type is observable. So I want to return from that method. It returns observable, and I can collect that object in our component file. Now come to your component file. Here send data receives observable. So we can call it's a subscribe method. Again, subscribe method takes first argument as a fat arrow function, that is a callback function. Implement that, make it the variable name as a response. Then we'll get the whatever the response is there. I will just here console that response. Okay. Console.log and just display your whatever the response is coming from your backend server. Okay. Now it is completed my full flow of post method. Now we can test it. Right click, inspect in our console file. Just open that console tab. That is the dev tools. In the title, I just mentioned. In title, I mentioned there is a good name. That is Sumitra Ukhande. Okay. Then in the body, you can mention your data. That is a Angular 12 we learn. Okay, and you can just send a data. Okay, you will get a response. See here, whatever the body is Angular 12. We learned it that we already mentioned here. Again, it creates a new ID, that is a 101. It created ID. That ID is created from the backend server. And whatever your data is titled Sumitra Pandey. So you send a request, sending your post request, the backend server is process your request and it gives you the response. In that response, it mentions your ID. If your post is received and created that post and generate a one ID. Means it is process your request and giving the response of that your HTTP request. Okay, clear these things, everybody.